So today we're going to discuss about energy and power. So what is energy? Energy is the ability to do work. So the combination of energy and matter make up the universe. Matter is a substance and energy is the mover of substance. For the law of conservation of energy, energy cannot be created or destroyed. It may be transformed from one form into another, but the total amount of energy never changes. So again, it cannot be created nor or destroyed. So how is all energy divided? So energy is divided into two, a potential energy and kinetic energy. Under the potential energy, we have the gravitational potential energy, we have the elastic potential energy, and the chemical potential energy. For the potential energy, this is the energy that is stored and waiting to be used later. So, a gravitational potential energy is the potential energy due to the object's position. So, potential energy associated with an object at a given location above the surface of the Earth. So, for the formula for the gravitational potential energy, that is mgy or mgh. So, ibig sabihin, habang tumataas ang height, tumataas ang potential energy. So, again, the y here is also the height. So, as long as tumaas ang height, mas mataas ang potential energy. So, where U sub G is the gravitational potential energy, this is also in joules. So, in that case, work is also equal to the potential energy. So, there is a relationship between work and the energy, where m is the mass of the particle in kilogram, g is the gravitational acceleration due to gravity, y is the distance above the Earth's surface in meters, then potential energy is a scalar quantity, and this is always associated with a system of two or more interacting objects. So work may change the gravitational energy. So what is work? So work, this is the relationship between the work and energy. Work is the change in potential energy. So when we say change, meaning there is final and initial. So the difference between the final potential and the initial potential. But again, the formula for potential is mgy. So we have mgy for the final minus mgy initial, and the common factor of the two is mg, then yf minus yi. So work, this is another formula for the work. Aside from the work, again, is force times the displacement times cosine theta. So we have now two formula for the work. So let's have an example. A 7 kilogram, so that would be the mass. Held by a careless bowler slips from the bowler's hands about 0.5 meter from the floor and drops on the bowler's toe 0.03 meter from the ground. Compute the change in gravitational potential energy of the ball Earth system as the balls fall. So, change of potential energy ang ating hinahanap, which is, this is also the work. Okay? So, ano nga ulit formula ng change in potential? That would be M times G, then YF minus YI. So, the change in potential energy, the mass is 7 times 9.8 times YF, final position. So, kung bumagsak siya sa paa, so, nandito siya. So, this is 0.03. Gaano kataas? From 0.5 meter. So, final position would be 0.03 minus the initial is 0.5. So, what is the potential energy? Please solve. Negative 32.24. And this is in joules. Okay, so next. So what is elastic potential energy? So the elastic potential energy is the energy due compression or expansion of an elastic object. Now for the chemical potential energy, this is the potential energy stored within the chemical bonds of an object. So example for the chemical potential energy is in the battery. But more on, we will focus on the change in gravitational potential energy. Now, another type of energy is the kinetic energy. So, the energy an object has due to its motion. So, letter K, or we can use KE or simply capital K, and the potential energy, kinetic energy is equal to mv squared all over 2, where K is the kinetic energy in joules, m is mass, v is the speed, and that is kinetic energy is a scalar quantity. A change in kinetic energy is one possible result of doing work. So, kinetic energy. So, in short, another formula for work is the change in kinetic energy. So, what is the relationship between work and kinetic energy? So, as work is the change in kinetic energy, so ang change delta K is final kinetic minus initial kinetic. So therefore, for the final, but we know that K is mv squared over 2. That's why it becomes mvf squared over 2 minus initial mvi squared all over 2. Common factor is 1 half m. So times the bf squared minus the bi squared. So take note, this is also our work. Another formula for work, which is also the change in kinetic energy. Note the speed of the system increases if the work done on it is positive. The speed of the system decreases if the network is negative. So we already know how when the work becomes positive and when the work becomes negative. So again, work is positive if the force and the displacement has the same direction. And then negative if the force and the displacement has opposite direction. So example, a 6 kilogram block initially at rest. So we have the mass which is 6 kilogram. And initially, so VI is 0. At rest, is pulled to the right along a horizontal frictionless surface by a constant horizontal force of 12 Newton. F is 12 Newton. Horizontal force, so that will give us the theta is 0 degrees. Find the block's speed after it has moved. So we are finding the final velocity if the displacement is 3 meter. Now, how do we solve for the final velocity? We know that the work is equal to the kinetic energy. So what's again the formula for the kinetic energy? That the work is equal to m over 2 or 1 half times Bf squared minus Bi squared. So in this case, we don't know what the work is, but we know the mass. And we also don't know the Vf. In this equation, we have two unknowns. So we cannot use directly the work is equal to potential energy. But we have another given that we may use to determine the work. So as I've said earlier, the work is also equal to the force times the displacement of the cosine theta. So what is now the work? So work, we have the force 12, displacement is 3. Then since this is horizontal, it simply work is 12 times 3. Or cosine 0, that is 1, kaya 12 times 3, that will give us 36 joules. So in this case, we know now what is the work. We can now determine for the final velocity. Now substitute it to that equation. The work is 36 equal the mass is 6 all over 2 times the final velocity, which is unknown, minus the initial velocity, which is 0. So therefore, this is now equal to 36. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Then Bf squared minus 0 squared is Bf squared. Now, solving for the final velocity squared, that is 36 divided by 3. And this is equal to 12. So therefore, Bf is square root of 12 because Bf squared is 12. But what we need is only B sub f or the final velocity. So what is the square root of 12? So 3.46 meter per second. Okay. 3.46 meter per second. Okay, so let's proceed with our next example. Okay, again, we have the relationship of energy and work. Work is equal to the change in potential energy. Work is also equal to the change in kinetic energy. Now, what is power? So, power measures the rate of work done. So, when we say rate, it with respect to time. So, letter P is power, and that is equal to W, which is the work with respect to time. That's why the formula of power is work over time. Now, what would be the unit of the power? Ang work is joule, and then time is in second. And 1 joule per second, this is equivalent to 1 watt. So, the unit of power is watt. So, since work performed equals energy expended, the watt is defined as the expenditure of 1 joule of energy in seconds, so joule per second. So 75 watt light bulbs consume 75 joule per second. Now, another formula for power is that the power is equal to the force times the velocity. Now, what is the unit for the force? Diba ang force is in Newton? And then velocity is meter per second. And we know what Newton meter is. And 1 Newton meter is equivalent to joule. Then, second. So, joule per second, again, is the unit for power, which is equivalent to watt. Okay? So, for the conversion, the SI unit is watt. 1 watt is 1 joule per second or 1 Newton meter per second. And since ang Newton is kilogram meter per second times the meter, so that 1 kilogram meter squared per second squared. And 1 horsepower is equivalent to 746 watts. So that is for the conversion. So if horsepower ang ating given, we can convert that into watts or from watts to horsepower. So water flows over a Niagara Falls at a rate of 1.2 times 10 to the 6 kilogram per second and falls 50 meter. How many 60-watt bulbs can be lit with it? So ilan daw yung mapapailaw? So we need to solve for the power. So ano ba yung power? Again, it should be force times the velocity. Okay? Pero ang given natin is 1.2 times 10 to the 6 kilogram. And this is per second. So what are we going to do para maging Newton siya? Di ba? Kilogram. Para maging force siya, we have to multiply it by 9.8 meter per second squared. So in this case, guys, we have now Newton per second. But the power must be joule per second. But it has a height of 50. Kaya meron tayo ditong 50 meter. So in this case, this is now joule per second. So we can now solve for the power. So what is the total power ng Niagara Falls? So 1.2 times 10 to the 6 times 9.8 times 50 meter. So what is the power? So the result is 588 million. So that is the total power of the Niagara Falls. But the question is, how many bulbs? So the number of bulbs is equal to the total power is 588 million. So how many 60-watt bulb? So ilan? So how many bulbs? So 588 million divided by 60 watts. That will give us 9.8 million. So 9,800,000. So ganyan kadaming bulb ang kayang pailawin nung sa Niagara Falls. Okay, so let's proceed with example number 4. So a machine moves at an object along a straight path. The force acting on the object is 5x. The object's position changes according to x of t is equal to 2 square. Find the power delivered at t is equal to 3 seconds. So how are we going to solve for that? We know that the power, a while ago, we know that the power is equal to the force times the velocity. So how do we get for the force and how do we get for the velocity? Now, let us get the velocity at the time 3 second. So, di ba, ang ating velocity, given tayo nito, in order to get the velocity, we need to get the derivative of that. So, velocity is the derivative of x with respect to t. And that will give us, what's the derivative of 2t squared? That is 4t. Okay, 4t. So in that case, the velocity at 3 seconds, that will give us 4 times 3. And that will give us 12 meter per second. Okay, so we have now the velocity. We need to get the power. But what is the force? So this time we're going to get the force. So what is the formula for the force? Or how do we get the force? Ay naman yung formula. For f of x is equal to 5x. But what is the value of x? So, kailangan muna natin makuha yung x, yung position. So, x, and ang time ay 3 seconds. So, the position after 3 seconds is 2 times 3, then this is squared. So, what is the position or what is the value of x at 3? So, 9 times 2, that will give us 18 meter. Okay? So, 18 meter. So, in that case, pwede na nating masolve ang force. So, the force, if x is equal to 18, so we have now 5 times 18. So, F, the force is 5 times 18, that would be 90 Newton. Therefore, we can now solve for the power. The power is the force, which is 90 Newton, times the velocity. So what is now the power? (1,080 watts. The next example, number 5. So an elevator car has a mass of 16 kg and is carrying passengers having a combined mass of 200 kg. A constant friction force of 4,000 Newton retards its motion. How much power must a motor deliver to lift the elevator car and its passengers at a constant speed of 3 meter per second? So first, we need to get the total mass. So 16 plus 200. So the total mass is 18. Okay, so yan. So kailangan daw tumaas yung elevator. Siyempre sa pagtaas ng elevator, meron tayo ditong weight. Ang total weight is 18 times 9.8. Okay, what is the total weight, guys? 1,800 times 9.8. That will give us 17,640. And then we have the tension that goes up. Okay, so we have the tension that goes up. Now, there is a 4,000 Newton retards the motion, meaning there's a friction that kumokontra dun sa tension. So, meron tayo ditong 4,000 Newton. Now, let us determine the tension. So, what is the total tension or the total force exerted? So, tension pataas. If we take the summation of forces along y is equal to 0, tension pataas. Equal tayo, tension lang yung positive. Equal siya sa mga lahat ng pababa. And that is 4,000 saka 17,640. So what is the total tension or the total net force? So that would be 21,640 joules. So this is just the tension, but we are asked to determine for the power. Now, for the power, we know that the power is the force, which is the tension, times the velocity. So what is the power? So the total force is 21,640. I guess this must be in Newton, so not in joules. Yeah, so this is in Newton. So 21,640, but the given constant speed is 3 meter per second. So what is the power? So 21,640 times 3, that will give us 64,920 watts. So that is the total power. Okay, as a review, what is the formula for work? So this is the formula for work. Work is equal to force times the displacement. Another formula for work, so we can also add here a cosine theta. Work is also the change in potential energy, which is mg yf minus yi. Then work is also the change in kinetic energy, which is m over 2, mv squared over 2. So that would be vf squared minus vi squared. Then for the power, that is work over time. Then another formula for a power is that this is also equal to the force times velocity. Okay, so that will be all about work, power, and energy.